What's up everyone, I'm Christian. If your business is manually processing invoices, you aren't just losing time, you're losing data. Today I'm going to show you how to build a Universal Invoice Analyzer in Make.com that handles any format from any vendor with zero manual mapping. We're integrating PDF.co with the raw power of OpenAI Vision to create a system that automatically sees and understands your billing. This is a game changer for companies juggling hundreds of different invoice types. If you only have one format of invoice to worry about, this system gets even easier. But I'm going to show you how to build it out so that it can handle any invoice type. I'm going to show you an existing high-level system that I built, and then we're going to build one together. Let's jump into it. So this is the existing system that I recently built. Essentially, someone fills out a form on Monday.com, and that form includes the invoice PDF that they upload. Once the PDF in that form gets filled out, automatically this automation is going to trigger. Monday.com is going to download that PDF, and this is when we're integrating PDF.co. I'm splitting all pages of the PDF. Each new single page PDF generated by the split of PDF is then going to be converted from a PDF into an image. The reason we do this is because OpenAI's Vision can only handle images. It cannot handle PDFs. It's a little bit of a pain in PDF.co has a free trial. You get about 1,000 free credits, but essentially GPT Vision looks at that invoice, looks at that image intelligently, and outputs exactly what you're asking of it to then parse that JSON. You need to create the exact JSON. I'm going to show you what that looks like here. Essentially, it's looking at the PDF, it's gathering address, city, state, zip, invoice date, hauler, the invoice total. And then I give a bunch of rules down below. You can only do a single prompt with the Vision, parsing that information. And then we're actually going and looking at that image once again. And we are pulling out the line items. These line items are associated with trash and recycling invoices. So that's why I want the output to look like this. But essentially, we're leveraging two analyze image modules because it helps to lessen the load. The more you require from an AI, the more likely it is that they're going to fail or make up data. So by splitting the analyzing of the invoice, we are actually increasing odds of the output being correct from each of these. So that is the reason why I split it up. It does cost a little bit more money as these are pretty expensive uses of OpenAI, but spending those extra few cents per run is worth it in business use cases. Every single PDF that gets split, so if there's 5 pages, we're going to get 5 runs through. And after all single page PDFs are processed, we're going to give all of the JSON information created to this GPT, who's going to intelligently output this JSON right here, and it can output in JSON object, and we can parse that. And then what we do is we put that into Google Sheets, but you could put it back into Monday.com. You can put it wherever you want. But essentially, this is just the system I built. I'll show you what a past run has looked like previously. Let's go to history. We'll go check this out. So, Monday.com triggered, someone uploaded an invoice. We split the PDF. There's 4 total pages in the PDF. We can see what that looks like, but essentially it's just a link here. We're passing that over to the Vision, and then we can check out the outputs. It's spitting out this address information here, parsing through that. Same thing with the line items. We're getting these pieces of JSON, parsing through them, and then we're going to get a final output that looks like this. And then what we do is we're adding a row for that information. So that's what it looks like in practice. Let's actually build a simpler version where we are looking at a single type of invoice. We are retrieving that invoice. We are turning that invoice into an image. And then we're going to have analyze image, vision, GPT, intelligently pull data from that image, and then we're going to output it onto Google Sheets. So let's go jump in and build that. We're going to create a new scenario. I'm going to be using Google Drive for this. What we're going to do, we're just going to watch files in a folder. I'm going to upload a specific type of invoice into my account, and then we're going to go process that, and that's just the example use case that we're going to use. But essentially you could have whatever CRM or data holder that you can think of that has an API integration. You're likely to be able to use that at the start of this automation. But for a simple example, we are just going to use Google Drive. Okay, we're gonna only observe one at a time. I got the specific folder that we're watching. From now on, we're gonna start watching that folder. All right, so I'm actually gonna go in and change the folder that we're looking at. I just create a folder. We're going to YouTube example here, save it. The invoice that we're actually going to be processing and pulling information from is this lovable invoice right here. So the information that we would want would be probably the date and the cost. Just to make it a little bit more advanced, I'm actually going to pull the address information too, just to show you that that is a possibility with this automation. So let's go ahead and build further. We are going to download that file, and we're just going to pull over the file ID, save. And the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to use pdf.co to turn that PDF into an image for GPT Vision to then be able to pull information from. So convert from PDF into an image. And as you can see, the upload a file is automatically selected, and then also our Google Drive download a file is also selected. We want to convert a PDF. You could do either for the GPT Vision. I'll just choose JPG. You need to choose which image to select. First page is 0. The invoice that I'm working with is a single page, or we're going to click 0 because that is the first page. GPT Vision is best used for observing a single page. You could get away with 2 pages. I could go 0 to 1. That would be the first 2 pages. Any more than that, I wouldn't suggest it, as it just gets harder for it to identify the information on the page, and it's a lot more information to process for the GPT. And this all looks good. Save it. Let's see what the error is here. And we're good. Okay, save that. Once we convert it from a PDF to an image, we will then pull up the OpenAI. We're going to go down to images, analyze images, vision. Very cool feature. OCR exists. OCR is the capability to pull information from a document and scan it and whatnot, but the ability to add AI into it just makes it 10 times better, as you can really have it make decisions on its own. So very cool. Love it. Let's go and prompt this up. I'm gonna let you guys go for a second while I prompt it up. Okay, so this is what the prompt looks like. You are a strict invoice parser. Analyze the invoice image and extract only the seller, lovable headquarters, mailing address, not the bill to address. As I said, I just wanted to a little bit more complicated for the invoice extraction, just to show you its capabilities, but I would never really need the address of the person that is billing me. Obviously, I could just have Google Sheets. I could put in the Google Sheet the exact same address that GPT is creating for me, but I just wanted to show you how advanced it can get. I have some of the rules here. Pretty simple. If you're really interested, go ahead and pause it and take a look at exactly what I'm saying. But this is the sort of output that I'm asking of it. Return JSON with these exact keys. Okay. Now parse the invoice image. And what I did is I selected image file, and just like the pdf.co, you can just go ahead and select the whatever file you want. We want the convert PDF into an image. I went with GBT40. Okay, save that. For some reason, this always happens where you gotta go save it twice. Kind of a pain. And then the next thing that we want to do is we want to parse that JSON. So let's search. Oh, it's right here. JSON. Parse JSON. We're going to create a new structure. Test structure. Okay, we're going to generate. First, we need to go ahead and copy and paste the JSON over that it provided. And then we're going to paste that into the structure in order for it to create that structure. And this isn't technically correct. I need to go and take out the nulls. Generate. Oh, not correct JSON. Let's see what the issue was. Oh, it's because there should be parentheses there. There we go. Yep. So let's go ahead and bring that over. Paste that in. Generate. There we go. Service. It's text, cost, number. We have a collection of the address information. Address, text, city, text, state, text, zip. It could be text or number. We're going to leave it as text. We're going to save that. And then we're actually just going to bring over the result from the GPT. It should only be outputting that JSON. And then let's go ahead and make sure that this is all correct. Okay. Number. Go string. Now parse the invoice image. Okay. Save anyway. And the last thing is we are just going to go and add this information to a Google Sheet. Again, you could add this information to whatever you want. So let's go ahead and add a row. I'm going to go ahead and create a spreadsheet for this use case. Blank spreadsheet. We're going to go type, cost, address, city, states, and zip. Okay, just keep it simple. I believe those are the correct things that we are extracting from the invoice. Again, here's the invoice right here. Let's go ahead and find that. I don't think we really named it anything, did we? This might be it. Untitled, it's probably it. Sheet name, sheet 1. Yep, this is correct. So we get the service type. We'll leave as is. Address, city, states, zip, save. Okay. I think we might be good to go here. We're just going to dump this invoice into my Google Drive, and we should be good to go. I may have already downloaded it. I think I did. And it is already in here. I'm just going to duplicate it because it triggers whenever a new one is added. I don't know if I added it too early. So let's go back, save. Ideally, you would schedule this to run a day after the invoice was added to the Google Drive, or you could even set up an automation for the invoice to automatically be dumped into the Google Drive and have that be the starting point. But let's run it and see what it looks like. I think we should be good. Sometimes we make mistakes when we first put these automations together, and just like that, we got a mistake. Source is not valid JSON. Let's see what the output was. So put the asterisk. Eight. Only output valid JSON code fences. Is that how you spell fence? No. Fence. What's going on with me today? Okay. We're gonna run that back, save it, run with the previous run. I like that new feature they added recently. Let's get this JSON correct. OpenAI, let's do it. Yep. It was correct this time. Let's go check it out. Yep, we don't see any code fences. These were the this is the address information. We then parsed that. This input of the JSON string was outputted to all of this. And then we added the row. Let's go check it out. So just like that, I have all the invoice information that I wanted pulled from that invoice. Pro 1, probably not what I wanted. I could define that a little bit better in my prompt, but we're just going to leave it as is right now. Let's compare the two. We got Pro 1 was the name of the service. That is correct. Cost $26.56. What we would do here is turn this into the currency. The address information, 111B, South Governors Avenue, Dover, Delaware. Saving money in Delaware off no taxes. Good call, lovable. And then we got the zip. So that's how you can analyze invoices and pull information from them so that you don't have to do this manually. This is pretty helpful if you want to keep track of your business expenses or personal expenses. Anytime an invoice is dumped into your email, you can just dump it into a Google Drive and have it run automatically. So I hope you enjoyed learning how to extract information from invoices. This type of use case can easily be sold for hundreds of dollars to businesses. The amount of time that you can save from manually inputting this information is huge, especially for companies that deal with invoices on a regular basis. So thanks for watching. Hit the like button, and I'll see you next time.